So we're talking with Steve, and Steve is the regional vice president for Cheddars restaurants. And Cheddars has just opened a new location here in the village of Pleasant Prairie. And Steve is gracious enough to come talk to us about Cheddars and what they're bringing to the community. So Steve, thank you very much
My pleasure.
for talking to us today.
And thank you for coming out.
Yeah, welcome to the village. We're happy to have you here.
Yeah.
Very happy to have you here.
We're very happy to be part of the family and the community for sure.
Awesome, awesome. So can you introduce us to Cheddars? Can you tell the people watching from home who Cheddars is as a restaurant and as a business, and give us a little bit of your history?
Yeah, for sure. You know, Cheddars is was started by Aubrey Good and Doug Rogers
Okay.
in 1979. It was just a simple idea. They wanted to open up a restaurant that was all about real relationships, building real relationships with their employees, with their distributors, with their guests, just being that, country-style restaurant where you got to know everybody's name.
Okay.
And then, they wanted to make sure that the restaurant was beautiful. It's very important to them that when the guests came inside, they felt that it was polished and it felt that it was like a dinner house, that they came into their own house, like coming to visit a family member, so it felt comfortable, no gimmicks or anything.
Okay.
And they really wanted to focus on, Aubrey was huge on food. I mean, he was all about the food. I mean, our employees will love it too, our guests. It's because it's handmade. Everything's from scratch. It's what we're about.
Okay, so you're originally from a company from down south.
Yes, ma'am.
And what drew you to the Midwest, and what made you look at Pleasant Prairie?
I would say we have a restaurant in Bolingbrook, Illinois, and our CEO is from Iowa.
Oh, okay.
So Mr. Kelly Baltus, he's from Iowa, and they were driving through, and they said, "Man, this from Milwaukee," and said, "Wow, this is if there was any place that's perfect city, they're like Pleasant Prairie."
Awesome. So you guys came here and you went through the planning process and you built a beautiful building here. Can you tell us a little bit about it? Can you tell us what some of the physical features are?
Yeah, I would say, we got a 10,000 square foot building.
Okay.
We got this beautiful fish tank behind us. It's over 400 gallons. Majority of it is brickwork. The Roman archways, Chicago bricks. From Chicago, they're recycled. They're buildings that bricks that we bought from knockdown buildings.
Okay.
So gives us a little bit more of a feature and character to the building. And then obviously the outside of the building is the same thing with stonework and bricks.
Okay. Okay, it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
It's absolutely beautiful, and it feels very homey.
That's good.
Yeah, it does. So can you tell us, how many employees will you take on here at Cheddars in Pleasant Prairie?
Great question. We hired 190 employees from Pleasant Prairie. If anybody wants to supply themselves for school or for their families or just to buy a car from high school, so on. But we have a lot of opportunities. If they wanted to be a trainer for us and open up new restaurants and travel on the road, there's those opportunities. And there's also opportunities for management. So, and then obviously as we continue growing, there's more opportunities as area directors, general managers, and so on.
Okay, so what type of work environment do you provide, or what type of work philosophy do you have in the company itself?
Well, I would say the one thing that the philosophy is Doug always renovates and Mr. Kelly lives is making sure that we have just real relationships. I mean, I cannot say that word enough. It's just that have a relationship with your employees that is right, business relationships, so they can feel like at home, feel that they're part of a family.
Okay.
I believe the family part is one word that we always say is family. Be part of the family. Treat your employees like their family. Make sure that they're treated right and with an employee of choice, that they want to come back to work.
So kind of a genuine type of relationship.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome. So as far as your guests go, when they come in, what type of environment can they expect to sit and have a meal in?
Well, I'll start you off with that. When the first thing that the guests usually want is to see the menu. They see this restaurant, they think it's so beautiful. They see the food, they understand. Then they look at the prices, and they're just wowed. I mean, we have every opening that we open. Guests always say, "Oh, can you get us the right check?" I mean, all the food's not on there. And we're like, "Yes, sir, all of it's on there." Just because the value is so great, it gives you a large portion at a great price with a friendly face, and a beautiful place. So it's real dinner house.
Okay. Do you have like a signature item or a specialty food?
Yeah, I would say, people love our baked potato soup. our ribs that take close to 4.5 hours to make, full off the bone. They're delicious.
Okay.
There's so many. I mean, I could rattle them all off all day.
Okay. But all you mentioned earlier, all from scratch?
All from scratch.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay. Well, thank you for taking the time
My
to
pleasure.
talk us through. Is there anything you want to add that I didn't ask you?
No, just thank you for welcoming us to the community. It feels not only that we want to make everybody feel special here when they come to visit us, but the community definitely made us feel very welcome. It was a pleasure.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yes.
But we're very happy to have Cheddars here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Okay, take it easy.
Thanks.
All right.